Hello, friends, and welcome to Big T's 3-Minute Market Minder. Today, I want to talk to you about a new front opening up on the war on cash. And before I get into that, let me just clarify something. A lot of folks that I speak to seem to think that one day we'll just have no cash whatsoever. And I'm not suggesting that that's going to happen. It would be incredibly difficult in an economy as large as ours to just one day wake up and all paper money is pulled from the economy. And in a special report I wrote a year ago detailing how this would happen, I talked about how it would happen in stages and how they would start restricting the use of cash and compel us to start using more digital forms of money. And that eventually we would reach a point where cash essentially would have been banned just because it would have been made so difficult to use. Now, one of the techniques that I said that the American government will ultimately use has to do with taxes. And we can see here in this story that Greece is already rolling out this version of what they are calling a soft cash ban. And let me explain to you how this works. This is saying that if you do not provide your expenses, proof of your expenses in the form of a debit card or a credit card expense, meaning that it's trackable in a digital format, the Greek government will not let you take that expense. So let me translate it here for the average American who does business here in the United States. I go out and I have some cash with me and I take somebody out for a lunch and it's a business lunch. I get a receipt from my waitress and I can write that off on my taxes at the end of the year. In Greece, I would not be able to do that. I would have to physically charge it with my charge card and then physically show the receipt on my charge card that I actually spent that money. So this is another way that a government is trying to corral its population away from cash and into these digital cash equivalents. Now, what are they trying to do? What they're trying to do is to get more and more people reliant on digital forms of payment, so it's easier for them to raise taxes in the future. If you think about it, whether that's 5, 6, 7, or 10 years in the future, when cash is basically non-existent, it might still be legal, but you're going to be looked at very strangely if you use cash. In a world like that, it's much easier to levy one-time taxes. It's much easier for banks to literally take your money like they did in Cyprus, or even for governments to do a compelled bail-in. Let's say there's some problem going on somewhere and the government says, well, you know what, instead of printing money, we're going to do you should see my air quotes here, one-time wealth confiscation tax of 12% or 7% or 5%. And that is the future of a cashless world where governments and large banks have complete control over your capital. Please understand this, that governments do not believe in money being private property. They do not believe that your money is your private property. Okay? So it is incumbent upon you to take steps to protect your money. And there's a few ways you can do that. You can do that in the stock market, you can do that in real estate, you can do that in gold, and you can do that in cryptocurrencies. So I want you to be aware of this, that this war on cash is continuing, and you will see it take on new faces, it will get bigger, and you will see more and more of the world's government seek to demonize the use of cash. Don't fall for that trap. The time to prepare is now. All right, friends, that is enough out of me. I will catch up with you in the next video, and I want you to always remember, let the game come to you.